Hey, welcome back to Deep Fried Ideas. I'm Bradley.
And I'm back! It's Randy again! I made it back to Georgia.
And I'm Bryce.
Unexciting. As usual.
So after a long and treacherous month that I had to endure
Hiatus.
without Randy,
Uphill both ways.
he's back. How was your trip?
Dude, it was something else. It was fun-filled fiesta with family. I couldn't think of any more F words. Well, I could think of one, but...
Funfetti.
Funfetti, that's the one. No, it was fun. Turned out I learned that my sister-in-law is pregnant, due in June, I think? Sometime. She's due sometime.
In the future.
She's
Due for what?
Due
She's
tomorrow
pregnant, dude.
or December.
I said pregnant. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, but what she's due for?
Due for a checkup.
Due for a baby.
Due for
Is she sick?
This guy.
This guy.
Yeah. So she's pregnant.
Nice.
So that was fun, except for the fact that.
Oh, she is?
Yes. Except for the fact that we learned like all of the like activities that we had planned for like while we were hanging out with family
You couldn't
had
do.
to do with like being physically active. And last time she was pregnant, boy howdy,
And just
we just
guzzling
did it
alcohol.
anyway, and she was pissed about it. So this time we're like, well, we're not gonna do that because she's gonna be pissed that she can't participate. So we just did nothing. So that was great.
Nothing's better than something because it's just
Well, you
nice to
just-
relax. It's nice.
But we did some escape rooms, which is super fun.
Oh, yeah.
Escape rooms are so good. We
I
did
love
one
escape rooms.
that's so hard that
Oh, man.
15 or it's got a 10 to 15% completion rate.
And you did it.
We completed it with the fastest time of the month.
Wow.
With the third fastest time
Man.
ever.
How many women were on the periods? I'm just kidding. I hope you don't know that's your family.
I don't know. I can guarantee you one is not because she was pregnant.
Yeah, that's true. Did you know? I found out women can get.
Speak your words.
Whoa, they can get their period on their pregnant. I mean, while they're pregnant.
Really? I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, it's a
Sounds like
super rare
unfortunate.
occasion, but I was like, dang.
I feel like that would not be good for
That's
the
strange.
I feel like it's not good for the body or the
That's true.
soul.
or the
But
mind.
before we continue with
Yeah.
our weeks, I just want to apologize. So our 2 week ago podcast just got posted,
I don't apologize for this. This
Sunday.
is Brad's fault.
or whatever today is Monday.
Yeah. So if you're wondering why it doesn't seem like Randy's been very long, it's just because we forgot. to
I was
post
actually
that.
gone all the way to December, but I left like December 5th and I got back January 5th, so I was literally gone for a month.
Yeah. But we're back now, getting everything straightened out. 'cause
We
we've
good.
just been pretty busy, but we're all good now.
All good in the hood. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So am I going to continue with my week?
Continue with
I'll
your
be
week.
crisp.
No, you be
It's been
crispy.
a month since I haven't given this, so.
Did you be crisp? Heck yeah,
Other than
dude.
that, we didn't do much. We played some racquetball, or what? Yeah, racquetball. What is it?
The one he hit against the wall?
Yeah, super fun. Although it turns out we were playing like a combination of like a couple. We were playing like a combination of racquetball and like squash.
Oh, yeah.
But it was fun. The rules that we had
Any
thought we were
bruises?
playing. Nope.
That's good.
I'm really bad at it, but it's fun. And then other than that, yeah, like I said, we played the escape the room, which we didn't think we were going to be able to get out of, but we did in like record time, and it was super fun. It was what's the word I'm looking for? Like serial killer themed, where like we were like, so before we went in, we had bags that were put over our heads so we couldn't see anything, and we were led into a dark room where we were locked in cells, in prison cells, cages, and then each person was locked in a separate cell, and so or because there was so many of us, it was actually two to a cell, really. And so then you had to get out of your own cell to then help other people to get out of their cells if they weren't out already. So then you can move to the next room, and then you progress through the rooms, and you're trying to get out and escape this person's house before they came back to kill you. So it was super fun.
That's awesome.
Me and my brother were locked in
That's cool.
a cage together, and then my other family was locked in like other rooms accordingly, and we got out first, me and my brother, and so we got out. We're like, cool, we're out. Now how do we help the rest of you guys?
Right.
We had no idea what to do. And like apparently we thought everyone else's rooms were going to be like very similarly easy as ours, and everyone else, like we spent like a good half an hour in that room alone.
Wow.
And so we're like, oh man, this is rough.
That's crazy.
And we only had an hour to do it, so we're like, geez, we spent half the time in one room, we're screwed. But it was super fun.
How many people do you think get stuck in that room and like
Oh,
can't even
so
get out of
many.
their cells?
Oh,
Like,
a lot, I'm sure.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
with a 10 to 15% completion rate, it's got to be
yeah.
it's got to happen.
Mm-hmm. Speaking
Yeah.
of escape the room,
But it was fun.
Sorry to.
No, you're
intrude
good. That's
again.
pretty much it. That's pretty much.
There's a escape the room movie that just came out, the 4th.
Yeah.
It looks pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
It's a horror movie.
I saw
You
that.
saw it?
No, I saw the trailers.
No, I'm sorry, I saw the trailer.
But no, I think it looked pretty cool. Like, I wouldn't want to be there. Everyone looks like
I
they're
mean,
dying.
Escape the Rooms, super fun. I love them. They're super fun.
But they don't all kill you.
Being
like that
in a
movie.
real one where you would die, not fun. Don't want to be a part of that. But other than that, didn't do much. We chilled with family, played some games. Went and saw Aquaman. That was fun. Good movie.
And you said it was good. So
Heck
is it
yeah.
better than Wonder Woman?
Yes and no. I've interested. Oddly enough, I was pretty like indifferent to not even liking it a little bit while I was in the theater watching the movie, and since then I've begun to like it more and more and more as I've been since the time has passed. So like
Okay.
while I was watching the movie, I was like, wow, this movie is just
Is
it's
it
okay.
okay? So
And then
my thought of
after
it.
the movie finished, I was like, that was actually pretty decent. And then now I'm like, it was actually really good, and I want to watch it again.
So my thought when I just was seeing the trailers
Hmm.
and stuff is I'm just gonna see a movie of basically his backstory becoming the king of Atlantis or
Mhm.
whatever. Is that what it is?
yeah, it's pretty much like his story of becoming king of Atlantis and becoming like
so kind of
full-on
like
Aquaman.
Wonder Woman, how it was like this backstory of her becoming.
Yeah, and so like
Wonder
obviously it's gonna be an origin story, so it's gonna be samey to a point, and it feels very like my brother pointed out, it's very reminiscent of Black Panther in that like
Oh
it's,
my gosh, yeah.
it's
That's like the
a
same kind
guy
of thing.
going to a foreign country place with advanced technology that is trying to take over the throne and then gets special superpowers so then he can be able to do it better so then he can usurp the throne and
So we
take
got
over.
more powerful from Justice League.
Yes, yeah, he's more powerful and he's way cool. And he's super cool. Like
I mean,
he's,
Jason Momoa is
Jason
awesome.
Momoa is
I
awesome
actually
and
just
he makes the character. He's
Yeah.
awesome. Like
Oh,
I love him.
I just started following him on Instagram.
Super funny
This
guy.
guy's awesome.
So
he
cool.
wears like on the normal basis. He wears cyberpunk. No, what is it?
Don't know.
What's that like?
Steampunk?
Steampunk stuff.
Gotcha.
Like on the daily basis.
Nice.
And he's like
What
he's
an odd guy.
he's awesome.
I saw one video where he had 2 axes, threw both of the axes into logs, and like they stuck into the logs, and he chugged a beer. He's like, "Poof, that's how we do it in America.
Right.
And I was like, dang, that guy is legit.
So I'm like super.
So he's
Yeah,
pretty
he's-
jacked.
He's legit pumped. So I want to
So,
see him.
He's super cool, and
and-
like, that's why I went and
Nice.
saw the movie was for him.
Oh, because he's beautiful.
And the movie's beautiful.
Really?
Like he is just like gorgeous, and I love him. He's awesome and hilarious guy. But the movie is just it's beautiful. Like
I wanna
Atlantis is gorgeous.
I want to see him and The Rock in a movie together,
Mhm.
and
That'd
they're
be
like
awesome.
Oh
like,
man.
either like brothers like that
Mhm.
fight each other and stuff because they're both islanders.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, buddy cop, man.
yeah, or like buddy like
Buddy
just sort of
cop.
kicking butt.
But yeah, super good movie. Loved it. I want to go see it again. But it was
Alright,
super
let's go
cool
see
and
it.
like and it was
I
beautiful.
wanna see it.
Like it was a gorgeous movie. Like Black Panther was a good story and it was super cool, super different. But like Wakanda, like it didn't look all that different. Like
was it as
a
political as
cool-
Black Panther?
Not as much, no. It was a little bit, but it was more of like royalty, political rather
Upper
than
class,
like
lower class.
yeah, more of like I'm the king and you don't have the right to be the king. My blah 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 and it's
I was
trial by
talking about
combat.
like Black Panther being like racially political.
Exactly, but yeah, and so it's not like the Senate of like the Congress talking to each other, and there's not like the whole like argument of like, oh man, you're like not our kind are going to be destroyed. It's less that, but yet at the same time it kind of is because it's like
Upper class and lower class.
but it's more of like it's the spun to be humans versus Atlanteans,
Okay.
and so like Atlantis is
Okay.
kind of feeling irked by the
Are
humans.
are they? Okay,
So.
maybe I could feel like it could go this
I
way.
won't spoil
where
anything,
it's
so.
very like they're against like pollution. Is that what it is?
I can't spoil anything, but super
That's
good
what,
movie.
if anything political, it's gonna be pollution.
But yeah, so but like the Atlanteans just kind of have a gripe with the humans, and since Aquaman is half human, half Atlantean, he's like trying to stick up for the humans, and he's also
Trying to
he's also
mediate.
the rightful king, and so they're like,
Yeah.
well, you're an outcast, half human, muggle, gross person, and you're trying to be our king? No way. We already have a king, and the king's kind of a jerk anyway, though. And so then he has to like kind of fight his way to becoming the king, but he's like super cool. Gets a super dope trident, and super cool, super pretty movie. Atlantis, like I was saying, Black Panther was a pretty movie, really cool, but like Wakanda, like it wasn't really. I wouldn't say like the city wasn't like a main focus of it.
Not at all.
In Atlantis, like you drive through the city, and it reminded me of like if they took BioShock and made it like super futuristic, beautiful. It was
Ooh,
beautiful.
that's awesome.
Like, they drive through the city at one point, and
I
I got
saw
major like flashbacks to BioShock of like sea creatures like swimming up and above.
Did you get
around
flashbacks to
them. It
Naboo,
was beautiful.
the Gungan place?
Sorry,
Sorry, I had to throw Star Wars in there somewhere.
No,
Yeah.
much prettier.
Oh my
A
gosh.
million times better than Naboo.
But Gungan City was awesome.
No,
whatever
it
it's
was
called. I don't even know what it's
trash
called,
compared
be honest. What's
to
it called?
Atlantis.
It was pretty
Atlantis
trash,
is
Brad.
beautiful.
Really?
It's gorgeous. I would live there in a heartbeat.
Did you say Bubble
I
Lantis?
said Bubble,
Bubble
City.
City? I said Atlantis.
Oh, I thought you said Bubble
I have no
Lantis.
idea what it's called. I
Yeah.
don't care about Gungans.
Oh, I like Bubble Lantis.
Bubble Lantis, that's what
That's
it is.
good.
But yeah, so the movie was gorgeous, and that's like the main reason that I was like loving it as I was watching it, and then the story was like meh. It's an okay story.
Yeah.
And since then, I've kind of come around where like I do enjoy the story. It's an origin story, so it's not like super like original. It's not
But
like gonna
Aquaman
blow
2,
your
if it
mind.
comes out, that'll be
But-
good. You know?
But like Jason Momoa made it so then it was like it was fun to watch
He's
the
just
entire
fun.
time.
He's fun to watch. Like
So-
he just makes.
I liked it, and I would 100% watch it again.
Okay, you have to
But-
take me to see it.
That's good to hear. And good to hear that DC's
Yeah,
doing
I think
good
it's
things.
like I liked it better than Wonder Woman. Nothing against Wonder Woman; it was a good movie, but I liked
Well,
it better.
I mean, that was their first decent movie.
Yeah,
So you can't say anything bad about it.
No.
But like, there can be movies that are
But
better.
yeah,
of
I
course.
liked it better. It was
Well,
cooler.
besides, like,
It just
that.
had a much cooler atmosphere, in my opinion. Where it was just like Atlantis is just gorgeous. Like World War II, or World War One, World War Two. I can't remember which one it was set in. World War One.
It's two, I
I think it
think.
was one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
World War
Um,
Two
Yeah, it was
war
one.
fields.
Yeah, because
it's
it
not
was
a very
mustard gas, so
pretty-
it was one.
Of the World Wars, it was.
Regardless, it's not a very pretty set like,
Well,
like
even that-
area.
It was somewhere in the mid 1900s,
Exactly.
right? So like, it wasn't the cleanest time, right?
Yeah.
It didn't start getting
Whereas-
clean until
yeah.
after World War II.
But this
the
is
Depression.
Atlantis, like a fantasy, beautiful city that's just gorgeous,
Okay.
and the people are cool. It's really pretty cool because like going along with the comics, like there's people, Atlanteans, when they went down under the sea, but so when they went under the sea, there was some people who just like gained the ability to breathe water, but they stayed human looking, like they still look like humans. And there's some people that like that
Mer
evolved and became mer people and look like fish. And then there's even
Fish
some
people?
who evolved even further and became crab people. And I think those guys got the
Oh, heck
those
yeah.
guys got the
They're,
bad
su-
end
I
of
mean,
the
they're super
stick.
cool though. Like,
They're super
at least
cool,
in
but
like the
sucks.
comics and
Crab
the,
superiority, man.
and the like the animated movies, which I like. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're super good warriors,
Yeah.
and so like they're like super cool. But like I just wouldn't want to be one of them because they don't look.
I don't want to
very
be a
cool.
merman.
I would want to be just a regular Aquaman because then you can leave and like not be.
But
mind
darling, it's
blowing
better
crazy.
down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
Well, well, you can just be like Abraham, right? Like Hellboy. Just have like the
Yeah,
little.
but these guys don't have
Yeah.
fish. Or these guys don't have legs, so they couldn't leave the water. Or else they just like flop against the ground. But
Oh, they don't have legs.
well, some of the Atlanteans they evolved differently. So some people look like just normal humans, and then some of them are like full fish man, kind of thing. So it
Oh,
depends.
okay. Appreciate
But
it.
yeah, and so that's why like, it was just super cool, super diverse, and like beautiful cities with like very cool aesthetics. So very cool movie. I haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse yet,
Neat.
but I'm looking to it. I've heard it's really good. So I'm
I've
looking
heard it.
into
Yeah, it's got.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Awards.
I heard it exceeds expectations by far.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well.
Yeah, so
So I'm looking to see that as well.
Yeah.
I'm looking to buy those toys that they're coming out with.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
yeah, I actually saw a super cool like Venom version that was done in like Spider-Verse art style.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty solid. Okay. Anyway, Brad, do you want to share a little something about your week? You've had some pretty major changes.
It was not my fault. There was a conversation in the middle.
No, dude, you were explaining Aquaman.
There was a conversation. It was not my fault.
So I don't have anything like crazy I want to
Oh my
talk about with
gosh.
my week, except for a new game that's coming out. It's
oh, and then I also got Monster Hunter again on the PC.
I think I mentioned that.
Oh, did you?
On the podcast or somewhere.
Yeah, we mentioned that a little bit last
I
podcast.
just can't help myself. But now I can get
You can't keep your
lightsaber
hands
mods.
to yourself.
Can't keep my hands to myself.
Mm.
But now I can get
Mm.
mods, and so I can make my dual blades look like lightsabers, and it'll be awesome.
Or you can turn Nergigante into fully articulated, stretchy anime girl.
That's disgusting. You can also make monsters different sizes. So they made this one monster like itty bitty tiny, and it's adorable. It's the cutest little thing. It's
I
this
wouldn't
thing
want to
like,
kill it.
I know, right? Like, normally this thing that you're like beating the crap
Or
out of.
you-
It's like,
or you can just make
so
it, like,
cute.
Or you can just make them zone
Yeah, you can
sized.
make them
So some
colossally
made like
huge.
a basil goose, like zone size, where it's just like
It's ridiculous.
one bomb is just like,
But pretty fun.
bro.
So, continue.
Good
your
egg.
week. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but my
I
week's more
could go
important.
ahead and talk about next week. It's
Do it!
taken so long. No,
Do it!
So yeah,
Do
nothing,
it,
nothing
dude.
crazy with
Do
my
it.
week. But the new game that I wanted to just mention, for
Oh,
all of
and
those
no, I'm just kidding.
people that are getting tired of Fortnite, all of us,
Ugh!
or PUBG, or any
Ugh.
other battle royale games,
Ugh!
because
Reality Heights.
I really
Oh,
enjoyed
yeah.
playing battle royale until
Dude,
the
no, I'm talking about.
It was a
kids
horrible.
that joined and that made the
battle
game
royale.
not fun anymore.
I'm all about Rapture Rejects.
Oh my gosh.
But-
This one is called Spell Break, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so what it is it's it's very similar to a battle royale, but they're not naming it that at all. What they're really focusing on is a strictly RPG game that's PvP, right? You take on the role of a mage. It's all mages, no guns and stuff, and you control different elements. I think as of right now they have 11 classes that you can be. Some are like poison, wind, fire, water, ice.
Oh man, I'm so bummed that there's not Earth, Wind, Fire.
I mean, they probably have all
Air.
those.
Don't
So-
put
No, I'm
air,
just
man.
talking about the band.
Oh, I see
Fire.
that.
But it's cool
Oh.
because you have like a character. You get two different gauntlets, so you can like mix and match the different classes. You
Nice.
can do fire and poison,
Fire and
blah,
ice.
blah 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 blah. Right? And so
A song
why
of Ice and Fire.
they're talking more about it as a role playing game, not as much a battle royale, is because throughout the match you spend a lot of time upgrading gauntlets.
Do you know how long a match normally lasts?
I've watched 2 videos on it.
I didn't know if they had mentioned in
so
it about how
right
long
now,
it would last.
I did apply to do the pre-beta,
Mhm.
to join that, but you're not allowed to release any information about gameplay.
There's an NDA.
So there's like an NDA or whatever.
Probably I don't know what that means.
Non-disclosure
Agreement.
agreement.
Yeah.
NDA.
So they've released a couple gameplay of them playing, like the creators and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm really excited about is it's they're not using the format or whatever it's called, because Fortnite and PUBG are both on the same, what is it called? Engine. So they've created their
The
own
Unreal Engine.
The Unreal, yeah, that's what it's called. This indie company, has had their time to sit back and see what's wrong.
What's been their dev cycle? Like, how long has it taken them to make this?
It's very new.
But like, how long have they been working on it?
Let me look.
A day.
They actually just started a couple minutes ago.
They're like, hey, we got a picture.
Man, they work
Really
fast.
Sorry, you
Keep
keep
talking
continue.
while I look.
Well, I don't know much about it. I mean, you know all about it, but it seems pretty
I
cool.
don't know. So you have
yeah.
gauntlets? Can I punch people with them?
It looks
'Cause
like,
I just want to punch.
like the gauntlets are kind of like you're like
Your staff or your wand,
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly. I was trying to come up with your
Oh,
Harry
it's
Potter
the whiz
version
wand
of
thing?
like your wand.
The-
So you have like a fist in each hand that
Oh,
you
for
can
sure.
shoot spells from.
Can I shoot fist spells
Yeah,
from them?
dude, you can fist people from across the map. It's crazy.
Heck yeah, man. I love fisting people in video games.
They might not have disclosed as to when they started, but
The company was founded in 2012,
gotcha. Okay, so that's probably when they started
but
working on their
they've done
engine.
other indie games, I believe.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
But I don't know.
cool.
If there's them as running out as block people.
Nice.
But I don't
Made it full
know.
character
So I don't know
models,
too
yeah.
much about it yet. But basically, I was listening to one guy, and he said because the only map that they have right now looks like a broken down Hogwarts.
Oh, true.
And so he was talking about how it's kind of like or Harry Potter, like wizard, like
Sure.
the last fight when Voldemort's
Oh,
attacking.
The
It's
best part of the movies, you mean?
yeah. So he said that to him, as much as he could disclose, it is very much like that last fight in Harry Potter.
Nice. I can get
so
all about that.
You just see spells flying in the background, huge explosions of poison or of stuff like that, and like, so he said it was a mixture of that and a battle royale, and then something else like League of Legends, I think, because that kind of skill class building. And he was like, yeah, it's gonna have the same thing as battle royales. Like you have,
it's gonna have the same kind of feel,
like, but it's so new because it's not just shoot 'em up. It's not just, you know, because there's so many skill classes and stuff that you could do, that it's not just gonna be like, if I go in my first time and someone's already played like 10 matches, we're gonna be pretty even because they still don't even know the classes yet, really. Right. So it looks cool. I can't talk much more about it because I don't know, but
I heard about a new game as well that's similar-ish vein. It just came out of pre-alpha. It's going into alpha soon, I believe. But it's pretty cool in that, like, so the game is a 4v1, and you got 4 heroes, kind of like an action RPG, MMO kind of style. It's like the combat style is kind of like an action RPG combat style, but it plays almost a little bit more like an MMO. But so that's the kind of style that it is ish. But you see your 4 characters, and you're playing against one character who's like a boss. And so it's kind of like Diablo-esque, where like you got like a bunch of little enemies that are around, but then you've got the main boss, which is controlled by another player. And so that player's goal is to try to stop you guys and kill you. Your goal is to pass through like 10 levels or whatever and kill them. Each level you pass through, you get more rewards and more gear.
I don't remember the game as much, but I remember you and I played a game where you were different heroes and fighting one person that was a boss. It was like the guy, you could like be a dinosaur that rolls around, right? And you like every end of a match you like can level up your
Evolve.
Evolve. Is it that like that?
I don't think so. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like it's like just not so much the like evolving. It's not a first-person shooter, not first-person at all.
Is it over the shoulder? Or what
it sounds like it's kind of more like Diablo, where it's up and above.
Oh, okay.
Style, where like you just have like, up and above, maybe third-person over the shoulder, but I think that's the most. I don't think it's going to be that.
And
far
I didn't mean evolve as like the monster evolves like that much, but like some kind of.
Yeah, it sounds like it's some kind of. I think it's
around. You can.
From what I understand, it's more of like a Diablo MMO kind of style game, rather than an Evolve style game.
Okay.
But it's just 4 people, maybe 5, I don't know, and they have that same kind of World of Warcraft kind of classes, where like one person's a tank, one person's healer, one person's damage, like the Holy Trinity kind of thing, where like you have to build off of each other to be able to survive, and then you're basically fighting a raid boss, but this raid boss is a person that you're trying to kill.
Which is cool.
That's interesting.
Because so many times you play in the game and you fight the same boss over and over, just because it's a fun game, you want to play it, but you learn the boss so well.
Exactly.
But now you have a person.
So it'd be a person, and then you have to have a combat against this person. But it's 4 of you to try to take down this one person that's stronger. So if the person wins, then they get loot, and they can get gear that upgrades them. And there's full loot system in the game that you can evolve from.
Incredible.
And then if you win every level that you go down, you'll get more and more loot. So like even if you die on like level 2, you still get loot. But the more you go, the better you get. And then even if you lose, you still do get gear. It's just not very good gear, so that you guys can continue going. So even the monster, the boss or whatever, even if he dies, he still is going to get something from it, and then he can continue going. So it seems interesting. I don't know much more than that, but I just heard about somebody who was in the pre-alpha, played a little bit in the pre-alpha, and he was super interested in it. Seemed like it was pretty good. So, yeah.
Sounds super interesting.
How was your week?
Yeah. Good. So gotten back to work. Working is good. It's fun. Making freaking pizza, man. And I got a Polo.
Do you ever get free
assistant
pizza?
Manager. Heck yeah, all the time.
Dude.
Yeah. Sometimes my boss is pretty cool, so he's like, "Yo."
No, dude, I love pizza regardless.
No, Little Caesars is great. I'm just kidding.
I would take Domino's over Little Caesars, but I'll take what I can get.
I don't know. Anyway, regardless of your preference of pizza, free pizza is best pizza.
Good point.
By far.
And so you know, sometimes I get to make my own custom pizza and stuff like that, and then I get to bring home food
Nice.
sometimes, and so it's fun.
Anchovies and
I actually really
I can't think of anything else that would go great with the anchovies.
anchovies and
Nice,
grass.
delicious.
That's generally what I go
Good
with.
choice.
Very hearty, wholesome, and good
Yeah.
for the brain.
Very
Makes you feel like a cow,
heart
also.
healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, so I actually really enjoy that job. So it's nice getting back to work and stuff. And then, let's see. Haven't really looked at any new video games recently because I've been consumed with Monster Hunter
What a
with
nerd.
Randy
Wait,
a lot. Especially with Call of Taroth being out this week on PC. That's been what?
Been lit.
Best
Best
monster
monster all time.
waifu ever.
Well, speaking of
Yeah,
games,
anyway,
though, all of the what are the games that you're like
Star Wars,
in
Lego.
a haunted house, but not in a haunted house. Sorry, like it's like a scary game.
You know the games where you're in a haunted
there's
house,
7
but
of
you're
them.
not in
They
a
start
haunted
with
house?
R.
Oh, is it called? It's called like
Oh,
Let's Die or some crap, and it's like where there's like a killer out. It's
Sorry, you
They're
can
all
get
seven.
all 7 of them for like $20 right now.
Mm-hmm. That's what I heard.
Jeez, that's a
Yeah.
good price.
So,
But they're also coming out with remasters and
Yeah, but-
whatever's of some of them. So
but like,
it's like
you can get the third one which is remastered, I think already, for
Yeah.
79
But then
cents.
I think is it the first one or the second one, Bryce? That they're not remastering. They're what are they calling it?
The second one they're remastering.
But
They're like completely redoing it.
they don't
and
call it
it's-
remastering.
it
Because they're not
looks-
just like making it look prettier. They're redoing the
Uh,
audio. They're redoing all of the level designs.
Dude, it's a complete
Yeah,
overhaul.
it's-
I don't know
it's
what
completely
these days.
redoing the game to make it up to today's standards.
if you buy
It's
it
gonna be
now,
I would say
update it,
revamped,
you're ready to buy it
maybe.
again.
I don't know. I think you have to buy it.
You have to buy it again.
Because it's like a brand new
Yeah,
game.
like they've done so much work on it. I would say it'd be kind of insane if you
Yeah,
could just update
it's
to
like
it.
unfair to like the developers that are putting
Yeah.
basically
All the time.
making a brand new
It
game.
makes sense, yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
brand new
because,
game
like-
that one when it first came out, it was fixed camera angles from like a corner of the
Yeah.
room, and so you just have to like go by that. So now it's like first person or is it third person over the shoulder, I think. Camera angles, like way better camera angles. All of the art of the game has been redone. All of the audio lines have been redone. All of the people talking redone.
That's awesome.
All of
I
the
think, yeah.
cutscenes redone. The combat has been redone,
And, like-
figured out. All the enemies reworked, everything like that. So it's a big overhaul.
Yeah, like it's the like, and especially the combat's supposed to be like super good because like when you actually shoot a zombie, like parts are gonna be like flying off and it's gonna be dynamic
Kind of
and
like
new.
in
So-
Resident Evil 7. So like they're bringing it up to that kind of quality.
Yeah, kind of like that, except with a lot more enemy diversity
exactly.
other than just
Remake is
dudes.
what they call it.
anyway.
They're
There we
calling it
go.
Remake, not a
Remaster.
remaster.
And other than that, I did watch a Netflix original
I was
anime,
gonna say,
which I've heard.
Fox?
I talked to Randy a little bit about this, but I don't know. I've heard from a lot of people that they're not good, except for maybe a select few, and I can attest to that now. I watched all 13 episodes of a new one that came out called Baki, which the premise is
So good.
no anime.
What?
No.
And the premise is that there's a dude that's 15 and he's the best fighter in Japan
Oh yeah.
somehow,
You did
and
this.
he kicked everybody else freaking into the next century. You know, these just horrible dudes and crap. And so then 5 inmates on death row break out just to fight him, right? And these inmates are just the absolute most ridiculous man beef.
They're like
dudes
they're like The
everywhere.
Rock
If you
and
just-
Jason Momoa had a baby with steroids.
Exactly. Like they're 11 feet
Makes
tall,
sense?
not even exaggerating. They can survive being burned to death. They can survive like being hung and all that crap. And it's just they're the most ridiculous thing ever. Like there's this part where this dude gets his hand cut off and he's like, "Great, now I can punch you even harder because it used to hurt my hand when I
Do you know
punched
what this sounds
people."
like?
Stupid.
Scott Pilgrim versus the
It
World.
sounds.
But in anime and
But
stupid.
in anime.
But this sounds like it's like
Listen,
Scott Pilgrim versus the World
if you
does these ridiculous things, and they're like, "Man, isn't that ridiculous?" And they're like purposefully like
But this is like serious.
being ridiculous. This they're like being serious.
yeah, it's like if some weird dude, bro, weeb man was like, "Hey, you know what? This is the anime I
Anime
would
of my
make.
dreams.
We're just a bunch of bunch of big, beefy dudes with big dicks that just love fighting each other.
I mean, he described one guy who thought it was a brilliant idea. Was it grease or something?
He'd dip his hands in grease and then roll them in glass.
So then he could punch people harder and it would cut them. And I was like, that sounds like the worst idea.
That sounds like the absolute worst. Anyway, I found it hilarious.
Bird Box. Yeah. So good.
I mean,
the best part of the movie was Sandra Bullock.
Oh, really?
I don't like Sandra Bullock, but she was good.
I enjoy her.
I just don't like her.
In films.
Yeah.
I just
don't enjoy her in films. Wait, what?
She just has a really annoying voice to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
But she wasn't even the worst part of the movie. The worst part of the movie was I just wanted to see what the bad guy looked like, other than the guy's like drawings.
No, dude, you would have killed yourself.
That's fine.
If you had seen it, you would have died.
That's fine. I would have had.
Yeah, I guess that would have kind of ruined the.
Yeah, dude, it's beautiful.
Premise of the movie.
Look at it, it's beautiful.
No, it's definitely not in my top 5 of favorite scary movies, but it was just an enjoyable movie.
I wouldn't even say that it was scary. It was definitely a suspenseful movie.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that it was ever like I was ever on the edge of my seat, scared out of my mind.
But Netflix came out and said, "We had no idea people would make so many memes about this," and you're just like, "Yeah, you did."
Oh, come on.
Like, have you seen people do like the box challenge or whatever?
And they said that they don't agree with that at all.
Just a stupid
ignorant. That's hilarious.
Like, yeah, Netflix is like, "Hey guys, don't hurt yourself though."
Like, that's hilarious.
You know, because people
don't
just
hurt yourself.
But apparently,
yeah. So if you don't know what the Bird Box challenge is, it's just people blindfolding themselves trying to do daily tasks.
Apparently, Netflix, to publicize the movie beforehand,
did exactly that.
Well, no, that'd been
hilarious.
They got gamers to streamers to blindfold while they played video games.
Really?
Yeah. So like they
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I know. So they were already starting it, and then they're like, "Hey, wait, don't do that."
They're like, "Oh wait, people are gonna get killed." I'm gonna drive to work.
Wait, guys, it could be dangerous.
I mean, they drove in the movie, so why can't I? Yeah, as soon as I saw them getting ready to drive in the movie, I was like, who is the idiot that wants to do this?
Yeah, I know.
What an idiot.
But it was pretty cool how they did
just drive blindfolded?
Yeah, they painted the windows black.
Yeah, so they paint all the windows black, and then they just follow the GPS in the car.
And it had sensors everywhere, which is pretty, I mean, it was a cool
idea. It was like one of
like
the brand new cars that had like...
So, can you see the thing through like a camera picture or whatever? Okay. I would assume yes.
I don't know. You don't know? I don't know. It's a great question.
And it was, okay, to me, so Randy and I tried, well, I think I finished it.
I tried.
We tried to watch a show called Last Man on Earth.
Oh,
Our biggest complaint
was...
No, I watched the next season.
What?
Yeah, it was awful. It was the worst mistake. I was just so bored.
Jeez.
One day. And I just
wow.
It was
That's
awful.
A commitment.
Anyways, so... Our biggest complaint, we've talked about it, was they started off with one person, and then by episode 5, there was like 12 things. Okay, so what Bird Box felt like was there's a whole world, and then 30 minutes later, everyone was dead except for like 10 people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, which is, to be fair, that would be pretty.
Dang, there must have been a lot of creatures then.
That's pretty much what happened.
No, I wasn't saying that. I'm saying like I like that because in Last Man on Earth,
brutal.
It was like
one
person's
life,
stuck with 10 people. Yeah, I'm just saying like in Bird Box, they went from. There's a whole population to literally
there's like a room full of people and that's it.
Yeah, like I enjoyed that about the movie. They kept with that, and they're gonna have to start from completely scratch.
Yeah,
if they
pretty
can
legit.
do it. But it was
and the entire population of the world is gonna be blind now, so
right
because of the end of the movie. So
don't spoil.
Well, he doesn't know what it is. They're all gonna have to be.
I don't know.
They're all gonna be blind because
I
didn't
think of that until the end of.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Like.
Sorry, we'll stop because we're just talking.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to talk like vaguely, but like didn't even cross my mind until that happened. Yeah. I was like, brilliant.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that was our week. Didn't have much of excitement. All we did is cried and wept and held each other in our arms.
Dang. So that's the first thing you did when you got home?
Well,
hold each other in our arms.
Randy was
this afternoon after he was pissed at me all day.
I wasn't. I was asleep.
He was angry all day, and I didn't even know.
I was a slip.
I even paid him $100 just so that he wouldn't be mad at me anymore.
and I made him pay me another 60 to make it better.
So then he would be happy. That took him up to neutral, and then $60 got happy.
And now it's worse.
Yeah, now it's going downhill again. So I gotta go back to the bank, get another $1,000 or whatever.
Dang, man, that's an expensive friendship, man.
I mean, if you only got one friend, what you gotta do?
What the heck am I?
Yeah, well.
Oh, well, man.
You're like a pen pal.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, I'm like a pen pal. He just plays video games. I'm just like a, what is it? I'm like a friend with benefits, where the only benefit I am is just playing video games.
He's friends with drawbacks.
Yeah.
I gotta freaking carry your weight in every game.
Okay, so
yeah,
my backpack is getting real
this
strong.
is great. So we play a game called The Killing Floor. It's a survival zombie game.
I'm so bad at it.
Basically, think about a cheaper version of Call of Duty Zombies.
No, I would say.
But
I wouldn't say cheaper. I'd say different.
I was literally saying like it's less expensive than Call of Duty Zombies.
I would say.
That's true.
Different version of Left 4 Dead.
Okay, I agree. There you go. Left 4 Dead. But anyways, we play together. It's a couple waves. You get to a boss, whatever. So obviously, we all know I'm the weak link, but that doesn't even matter, right?
You are.
I switched to a class where I just heal, so I no longer am weak. I just.
No, he's still weak, but you complain.
So at least he's useful for something.
At least you can do something.
In a D&D party, I'm the person that
person nobody likes, but then when you need them, they're like, oh my gosh, thank you.
Okay, Randy and Bryce.
He's just the guy that nobody likes but has a bunch of money.
Randy and Bryce are both really good at the game.
I'm really bad at the game.
But they're so different. Because Randy just goes in the middle of everyone and just tries to do
I got a
damage.
shotgun and I just go insane.
Just does as much damage until he dies, because he dies a lot, right?
I do.
And then Bryce is the tactful player who, takes on the big guys if you kill him, because he runs away a little bit, kills them. So, that's how we play. I just heal them, and I kill like maybe 2 or 3.
I kill a boatload and then die.
Boatloads and then die.
Man, and the entire time we're playing, he says, "Man, I can't do damage because I'm medic."
Yes.
And dude,
oh man,
and your guns shoot
He's
bullets.
Like, no, dude, my bullets shoot Nerf darts. I don't do damage.
I just complain
every
time we play anything. just because I'm a complainer.
It's hilarious because it's just so at it.
So we're gonna talk about the versus mode that we played.
I was like, what? What was that?
We're gonna talk about the versus mode that we played today.
So Randy and I have played it once, but
it was a bad experience.
It was awful.
This was a worse experience, but it's whatever.
So in this game, it's pretty cool actually. So you can do teams. So what was it for us? 2 people would play as normal characters, and then 1 player would play as a zombie character, which is a really cool idea for as a game.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
So every time you die as a zombie, you go to another zombie. This game's awesome because there's different kinds of classes of zombies. There's
so cool.
There's your, go pawn guys, and they just run up
scrub
and die.
dudes.
And then there's
your
just
bigger
really
dudes,
cool bigger
dudes,
and then there's even way bigger range dudes. It's awesome. It's really cool. And so we did that for a while, and I think Bryce did the best.
I don't know, man. At the end, I was just jumping around, body blocking Randy as you would just.
I know I did do very.
Well.
I won as the dude against 2 zombies. I was a single player, and I was against 2 zombies.
The zombie team won every single time except for once.
Except for once when I was in it. Felt so good, dude. And that round was complete garbage because they kept spawning They kept spawning Bryce and Brad.
The game really wanted you to die.
There was a cooldown, but that time there wasn't.
Yeah, normally you kill one of the human zombies, the player zombies, and then they have a few minutes before,
or means 15 seconds.
Yeah, 15, 20 seconds before they get back to you because they either have a while to cool down before they can spawn in, or they have to spawn in on the other side of the map and they have to walk to you.
But we just died. We spawned right next to him.
Spawned next to him, and I was like, "What is this garbage?"
I would rather that than you just spawn right next to us as the same huge dude that we just killed.
I mean, but you did do that, so.
Yeah, but we were just crap randos. You were some psycho chainsaw butcher, man.
You spawned in as the flame dude, so.
The fire guy? He's garbage.
He's better than a regular dude.
He's trash.
I was pretty good with the fire guy. I liked him.
Yeah.
But I didn't even attack with that guy. I just body blocked.
That's not my fault. Yeah, that was annoying. I was trying to escape from Brad, and he's just sitting there in my path. I was like, nope. He's like, no, please. And so I was like, I gotta kill him so I can escape, and I couldn't kill him fast enough. because I killed him once. I was like, cool, I got out of the way, I can go. And then I kept walking down the path, and he had respawned as the same dude. And walking the path again. I was like, are you for real? You gotta be joking.
Hey man, you just gotta get good, right? Gotta get good.
Gotta get good.
But
Yeah. So that was super fun. I think that would be something really good to put on our
that'd be
channel.
fun. I also we're
Get
trying to
to
convince Bryce to
doing stuff.
play League of Legends with us.
meanwhile, we're trying to convince
Yeah.
Brad to play Monster Hunter with us.
See, I'm trying to convince Bryce to play a free game while they're trying to convince me to play a $60 game.
Dude, I bought it when it was $40.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
I'm not buying that game. I just bought a okay. I don't know if I told you this. So I just started playing Rome Total War,
Didn't know that.
and it was on sale for
$70.
five or 15. It had a 5 in it. One of those two, right?
5,000.
5 or 15 what?
5 or 15
What?
souls.
Pesos. No, so 15. I think it was $15, and I was like, great game. I like the game. I've played it before, so I knew it was good. And then I was like, oh look, there's DLC. I don't need it. I'll buy it. $60 later, I buy a $75 game, and I'm like, well.
Well, I have made a
Hey,
huge
man.
mistake.
And I really like it.
Not our fault. You could just buy a game that has a $30 to $40 upfront price with free DLC
True.
Yeah, but
and endless and hours and hours.
see,
Of,
I don't play
playing
hours
time.
and hours of games. I play about 45 minutes and then I delete it and buy a new game.
I don't know what game he's talking about there.
Is Monster Hunter free DLCs?
Doesn't have any DLCs. And it's not $30, so I don't know what game he's talking about.
well, it's free updates, I
Okay.
should say.
Aren't all updates free?
Free.
Free
well,
seasonal
no.
events, I
They're
guess,
not
yeah.
free of disk space, which
Well, they add new monsters, which normally another game you would expect
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
these days you would
yeah.
have to pay for.
You right. When you write, you write.
I am always right. This is true.
Okay.
Except
Oh,
when
I
I'm
also learned
very,
something
very,
new today.
very wrong.
apparently, as far as Disney movies go, Hercules and Atlantis have the biggest death count of all Disney movies.
No. Dinosaur has the
Oh,
biggest
Dinosaur,
death
sorry,
count.
sorry.
Do not bring up this
Dinosaur.
crap,
It's
man.
so true.
Stop talking.
It's so true.
Stop talking about dinosaur,
amazing.
man.
So
And those
Random
stupid
says
lemurs.
he's always right, except for he hates the movie Dinosaur from Disney.
Hates it. And it's unbelievable because it's the best movie of all time.
Lemurs all die.
Man, when I was a kid and I saw that lemur
You fell in love
almost
instantly.
killed that dinosaur and he just started peeing, I was like, man, this is
Okay,
just
for a movie made in
the
like
worst.
1999. That CGI is good.
Yeah, dude, it's beautiful. It is a good movie.
Okay, I'm not claiming it was made in 1999. I want to say like 2001.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the 2000s sometime. But it's a great game. Or,
It's probably like
great movie.
2001 or
It is a
2.
good movie.
So,
Yeah.
whoa,
What are you
Heck
typing?
yeah.
not typing.
All right. Well, any last things y'all wanted to talk
So,
about? Oh,
Brad, do you want to share about your stream that you had
did I have a
recently?
stream recently?
I didn't have a stream recently.
That was a
Yeah.
while ago, and it's
You're-
unworthy.
Oh, come on.
So
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
trying for like a total of probably 20 hours to get a stream going for gameplay.
Nice.
And so I started one thinking, oh, it'll work. I
Smart.
don't need to do anything. And my screen wasn't capturing, but my voice was. So I had like 15 people watching. And just me yelling at my computer trying to get it fixed. And, you know, we were all having a good time.
Did you
So
ever end up fixing it?
So I had to download another application, which
Smart.
is worse, but it's fine. And so, but I do have it working on that, so I should be able to start streaming games pretty soon.
Sweet.
But I also want to figure out the other one because the other one definitely
Works better.
has it's more like
User-friendly.
friendly and user capable, like of
Sure.
having like little widgets
Mhm.
to put on your screen and stuff like how many
Mhm.
people are watching or
Sure.
people watching or how many people are watching.
I love
All that
widgets,
matters,
man.
dude. Metrics.
I couldn't think of anything else that it does.
Listen,
It's
numbers
not that much.
are all we
It's
need.
not that much. See?
Just numbers.
It's okay. It's not that much.
Oh wait, is that $60 still?
Yeah.
If it goes,
What is it?
If it goes on sale for $20, I'll buy it right now.
Dude, it was on $40 when I got it, which is pretty good.
It was like 35 for
What?
me.
Rude.
Return it.
Returning it.
Just kidding.
Yeah, just like me.
I've spent
Worthless.
probably 40 hours already. On
Let me see how long I've
Bryce,
spent
check
it.
how long you. How many
That
hours
is
you
fun.
Probably upset about it.
91.
Upset about it.
I
To
don't
be
think-
fair, I've left it open a few times.
Okay, let me just see if I have any games over 90 or 91.
Dude, you don't
hours.
even want to see how long I've spent in some other games.
Nah, how long you
Nope.
spend on freaking Warframe?
590.
I spent 61 hours.
I spent 590 hours in Warframe. It's a lot of hours.
I spent. Wait, you said 500 and
90
what?
hours.
Jeez, man. I've only spent like 503 only.
You gotta get good, Grub.
Man,
So you like
no.
So far, my biggest has been 70 hours,
It's a lot of hours.
and that's Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
Week.
Dude, I put 144 hours into Borderlands 2. Feels about right.
Week.
70 hours is my biggest.
How many did you have in Borderlands? Oh, well, I guess you played most of the time on Xbox, so.
On Xbox, I had like a solid
The Witcher, I have
like
40
300 hours, man.
Nice. I have exactly 11 minutes on Payday 2.
True.
Sad about it.
I have, I think 1 minute in PUBG.
Nice.
1 minute.
Look,
You just
1 minute.
You just
That's the public test server.
That's the test server. Yeah, I played.
Is that what you played on?
you just
Yeah, yeah.
booted up the game and closed
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
No
yeah,
blast.
yeah, this is dumb. Wait, let me look at that.
I've got 16 hours on the pre-sequel. But yeah, 590 hours, dudes. Get on my level. You are all scrubs, and you need to get better.
You need to get a wife,
Dude,
man.
Yeah,
Not
like
wrong.
the
As I
average
say,
game, the
with
average
my
game I have is 10
no
to 15
life.
hours.
Why is Monster Hunter not? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so I got 91 hours with Monster Hunter. Feels Batman.
Man. So, what do you guys think about fruitcake?
Fruitcake?
Just
I don't
curious.
know if I've ever eaten fruitcake.
What about you, Brown? Fruitcake?
Fruitcake?
Like
Fruitcake?
food? Sorry, I
Yes.
was not listening.
Yeah, like the brick.
No, like the stuffed animal. Fruitcake.
Like the food.
I'm just kidding, man.
I don't
Of course,
eat
food.
pastries.
It's not a pastry. It's a
It's a cake.
cake.
Which is a
It's a
pastry.
cake.
No. Pastry is more like a donut.
It's fruit though. It's
I
fruit
don't
though.
eat it.
Have you never had fruitcake?
Probably not.
Holy
Never had
crap!
it either. Oh, never mind.
You guys should at least try like a little
I
bit
just
of
thought
it.
that I avoided. I just never had the opportunity, and it's
Well, I know. I'm just saying you should always try a little bit of it.
well, maybe next
Listen,
Christmas we'll do it.
You can douse it in rum like some people
I
do,
don't drink
and maybe
Yeah,
that'll make it
rum
better
ham.
for you.
It's delicious.
rum ham.
Rum ham.
Hey, dude, it's not drinking, it's
Yeah, there
eating.
you
What are
go.
you mad? You're gonna drink fruitcake?
Dude,
I mean-
if I wanted to, if I was brave enough, I could.
Yeah, I'll just put it in a blender real
There you
quick.
go.
Smoothie it.
But alrighty, well, I
Oof.
think that'll wrap us up for that this week. I can't speak, can't figure it out, but it's gonna.
Also, Diablo
else?
update, I guess, to just kind of
Yeah,
close this
yeah.
out.
That comes out in a week.
Diablo-
and a half, doesn't it? Comes out on like the 16th.
Yep, and Diablo contest rules are almost
Almost
finished.
finished. We're wrapping them
We'll
up.
post them
We'll
on
come up with you.
Facebook probably.
Post them on
Well,
everything, probably.
Instagram is kind of hard because you have to have a picture and that's just too much work.
That is a picture. Just take a screenshot of
Well-
the rules.
No, I guess
Just
so.
kidding.
We'll post it on Reddit.
We'll figure it out. There you go. We could have looked on Reddit. Why did we not look that up?
Everything's on Reddit.
Everything's
what
on
I-
Reddit.
Literally anything about
The competition
what we've been
rules
talking
for
about.
Diablo.
Listen, anything you ever want to know or are curious
Literally
about,
everything.
go to Reddit. Any problem you have, Reddit can solve it.
Or make it worse. Either way.
Yeah.
But alright.
Or do both at the same time without you.
Even knowing. That'll do it for us this week. Check us out on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're getting better at posting on all of those. We're trying to anyway.
And by we, I mean me.
Hey, I said we because that means we are gonna make an effort.
And also check
and,
us out
and-
YouTube,
and-
Yeah,
or Spotify, Apple Podcast,
all the works.
Audio Boom.
And then
And if you see us there, type in the comments, see you in the fryer.
that's the worst thing that you should ever say.
Just say
That's awful.
hello, and I'll be
Yeah.
happy.
Man,
Oh.
cheesy for days.
Right, straight out of the kitchen.
Oh, that's the worst. Because I hate that. And then for reals this time, we're gonna be starting gameplay because now I'm back from vacation and we're gonna be figuring this out. Brad has figured out all of the logistics, so now we know how.
So hey, howdy, hey.
And as soon as Diablo comes out, we're gonna be doing a Diablo competition. I was gonna end it at comp, and then I was like,
That could mean
that
lots
could
of
be
things.
many things. So competition, Diablo competition, and we'll posting that as well. So
Yeah, so join us in the
Live
battle. For,
lousy. I mean,
That's how I live.
Loosely.
That's how I live too.
I'm a floozy. I mean, dang it.
But
Have a
see
good
you
one,
guys
y'all.
next week.